Okay guys, you might have to watch the last video there to understand what I'm about to say, but I didn't do a really good explanation on the last video of what I was doing. The last video what I did was I put the tester on my battery to see if it was charging DC voltage, and it wasn't charging. So what I'm doing now, I'd already checked the stator first by doing a resistance test and continuity test through my plug, which goes down to the stator. Then what I did was I had it plugged together and tried to test it, and I was getting a crazy reading, so I unplugged it, and now I'm about to fire it up, and I'm going to show you the AC voltage which comes out of a stator, and the rectifier regulator obviously turns it into DC current and then regulates it. So what I'm going to do now, let me get this probe back in there. I'll fire this thing back up with it unplugged, and that way I know for a fact that my stator's charging. Now this is on AC current, okay, and you'll see they say it's supposed to be 15-ish, 20-ish at idle, and then 50-ish to whatever when you rev it up. So let's just see real quick. Got the battery charged a little bit better. Okay, sorry about the jumpiness. What I was trying to do there was I was moving. You can see now they're in different locations. I was going pin to pin. You got three of them in here. There's three windings, three coils. Okay, and that's what these yellow wires go to. Okay, now, I know it looks dark in there, but nothing's burnt or anything. That's the first thing I checked. You can see all these pins. Whoa, back up. All the pins were clean and there was no burning. Nothing like that. So that's usually what happens. But I had none of that. That's just dirty looking in there. But anyway, let me back up. So anyway, you got three windings in there. That's why there's three wires. And I was going from what they call pin to pin. So pin to pin, and then over there and so forth, and making sure that I did have AC current coming out. Then when you plug them in, the rectifier regulator, as I say, is supposed to convert that into DC current and then regulate it so you don't overcharge your battery. So as of right now, like I said in the last video, I'm kind of excited that I did not burn my stator up, because what I did was I purchased a really cheap rectifier regulator. It was, well, it was 65 bucks as opposed to a couple hundred on the other ones, because I just wanted a quick fix to make sure that everything was cool. And then of course I said, oh yeah, then I'm gonna replace it right away. Well, that was back in October, and this is the end of June the following year. So it didn't even make it a year, but everybody said I wouldn't put that junk on my bike, and there's crap and all that, and I kind of knew it going into it, and sure enough, as of right now, the testing looks to be the stator is fine, the voltage regulator rectifier is trashed, the battery's fine, the stator's fine. So once again, you know, there's a lesson learned. Now it's a simple fix. When I got this one, like I said, I changed this plug. I kept my old plug and put these wires, put these wires into that plug, and it plugged right back up to mine. There's all kinds of different things. Then with this plug, same thing. I did the same thing. I changed the plug so it plug in because it comes with a different plug. And then this one little black white wire everybody talks about right here was not, there was nothing for that. At the moment I forget what it is, but anyway, so then I was able to plug that thing in there, and it worked great for, you know, there's 8 months or 9 months, whatever, and pretty much, you know, now the thing's crap, and it left me sitting on the side of the road. And I noticed that one of my bulbs was not working on the bike when I had it started a bit ago with everything hooked up, which is rare because it usually Both lights are working, so something happened there. But anyway, so yeah, it looks to me like that's it. And simple fix. I did have to modify this to fit my bike, longer bolts, because the other one was mounted different. Oh, get back up there. I'm sitting there staring at the rectifier, not the camera. I don't know what my problem is here, but anyway, this wasn't bad. Like I say, I changed the plugs, and then I mounted this a little bit different than the other one was, so I could just simply, slap that on. But I'm getting tired of taking it apart and keep telling you guys that I'm going to do this and going to do that. I'm kind of contemplating on going ahead and order the part, start stripping the plastic off, and getting it sanded down and all that stuff, because I want to repaint it. And if you remember on the other videos, I started polishing my frame. I want to do all the aluminum on the bike, and I did that hub back there. See the hub? And of course, like I said the last time, excuse me, this is what it did look like. This is that rough sand casting. That's how they all come. That's the frame. And there's a lot of that. It's all over the bike. It's here, it's there, it's the forks, and I want to polish all that. So I'm kind of really contemplating today. I'm tired of half-assing everything. My life, I'm just really busy, but I think I kind of make a lot of excuses. I come home and I'm tired and I want to sit on the couch. But, if you want some reward, you got to work for it. So, yeah, I'd like to get it all polished up like that. And that's even dirty. I haven't polished it in like a week. But I just basically sand all this off, grind this, sand it, whatever you got to do, and then get finer and finer sandpaper until it almost looks like this, and then you start buffing it with compound and everything. Look at my other videos, you'll see what I mean by that. So, make a long story short, today I got some soul searching to do, because I'd like to go ahead and I'm going to spend the money and get the right regulator and get the damn thing fixed right, so it don't leave me sit, because I've had a lot of Harleys, and they're expected to leave you sit sometimes, but a Honda's not. So yeah, I don't dig this sitting on the side of the road on a Honda. It's not representing Honda very well. So anyway, I'd like to maybe go ahead and get that fixed correctly and do the other things I've been saying I'm going to do for over a year now, which is paint it. And I want to throw, they make a nitrous fogger system that fits any bike, and it's a dry system, and it basically, the little jets go into your air box, right smack directed to your intakes. So when you hit the full throttle, it squirts a little in there. Like I say, it's a little dry kick. It goes between 25 and 50 horsepower is what I understand. That's rear wheel horsepower. So it's a $400 kit. It's something that, since I did this sprocket change, I haven't, that sprocket change was crazy. It just made the bike, entirely different. Gave it a whole new attitude. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like doing two things at once here, and I shouldn't be shooting this video. But anyway, that sprocket change was awesome. But if you were to ever need it for whatever reason, it would be nice to have an extra 50 horsepower to your rear wheel, because there's a lot of bikes that outrun this thing. And I like to race a lot, so I think it would just be fun to have it, surprise somebody. I'm a little concerned about that with that sprocket change, because now with two of us on this thing, when I start hitting, like if I'm going to run the thing out a little bit, run the R's up, and I get up to 11,000 RPMs, and whatever gear it is, this thing is pulling the wheel off the ground with me and her on it. And sometimes it catches me by surprise, because I'm not watching the RPM gauge, I'm watching the road, and I'm just going rev through the damn gears, and kind of speed shift, and the front wheel's coming up, and it'll catch, like right when I'm getting ready to shift, the front wheel comes up. So sometimes it tricks you a little. So I don't know what it's going to be like with nitrous and that happening. I'm definitely going to have to be careful and change my riding style a little bit. But anyway, I know I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I think this time I really need to do it. I just hate tearing the thing apart to do the work, because I like to ride it as often as I can. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm walking all over, stepping over different things here. I got the stuff torn apart. So anyway, I didn't want to run this video this damn long, but once again, I got blabbing here. And so yeah, I'm kind of happy that it looks to me like it's a cheap piece of crap, and I got my money's worth out of it, and it's time to do something right. So stay tuned, and yeah, I'm a little happy to find out the stator's okay, because I didn't really want to replace that yet, but I may end up still doing it anyway. Maybe get a little better one or something. We'll see what happens here. So appreciate you all watching. Hope this helped a little bit. Got any questions, just put something down there in the comment section, and I'll answer it the best I can. Basically, I kind of researched all the information I needed as far as the values I needed for the ohms and the AC output and all that. I just got on the forums and researched that stuff because I don't have a manual with me. But anyway, stay tuned, because like I say, I'm going to be polishing all this, swing arm, everything. This is all going to be polished, all the aluminum. And I'm not sure, I kind of got some ideas on the paint yet, like I said a million times. So just got to stay tuned and see what I end up with. Thanks for watching.